Imagine this. You're lying on your couch, phone out of reach. You want to scroll TikTok, but instead of picking up the phone, you just think it. And boom, the feed starts moving. Sounds like a scene from a sci-fi movie, right? But what if I told you this is exactly the kind of future Elon Musk's company Neuralink is working toward? Today, we're diving deep into Neuralink's latest breakthroughs, what they mean for medicine, society, and even humanity itself. Because this isn't just a story about a new gadget, it's about how technology could literally get inside our heads. So where are we now? Neuralink has been hyped for years, but recently they crossed a historic milestone: human trials. In early 2024, Neuralink implanted its device in a human volunteer for the very first time. According to Elon Musk, that volunteer can already move a computer cursor using only their mind. Here's how it works. Neuralink's device, the N1 implant, is a tiny chip, about the size of a coin, that sits inside the skull. Thin threads connect it directly to neurons, picking up brain signals. And to get it in place, Neuralink designed a surgical robot, the R1, which can insert these threads more precisely than any human surgeon could. Right now, the focus is practical, helping people with paralysis regain control, letting them interact with devices, communicate, and hopefully one day walk again. But if we zoom out, the implications are huge. Let's start with the medical side. Imagine someone who's been unable to move for decades, suddenly controlling a computer, or someone who's blind, regaining vision because signals are rerouted through Neuralink's interface. These are life-changing applications. But Musk's vision doesn't stop there. Neuralink isn't just about fixing broken connections, it's about upgrading the human experience. Think about memory. What if you could replay an event in your mind as vividly as scrolling back on your phone's camera roll? Or imagine sitting in class and downloading an entire textbook in seconds. No late-night cramming, no stress. Even communication could change. No more typing or talking, just instant thought-to-thought conversation. If that sounds far-fetched, remember, people once thought wireless internet was impossible too. Neuralink might just be the next big leap. But hold on. Before we get carried away, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Ethics. If your brain is connected to a device, who owns that data? Could your most private thoughts, things you never even said out loud, be tracked or even hacked? It's like the ultimate privacy nightmare. Then there's autonomy. If technology can not only read but influence your thoughts, where's the line between you and the machine? And don't forget inequality. If Neuralink costs tens of thousands of dollars, only the rich get access. Imagine a world where the wealthy have superhuman intelligence while everyone else gets left behind. That's not just science fiction. That's a real risk of creating a society divided into augmented and unaugmented humans. If Neuralink becomes mainstream, the ripple effects will be massive. Healthcare? Doctors could diagnose and treat conditions directly through brain data. Education? Learning could happen at lightning speed. Entertainment? Movies could be experienced inside your head, like living the story instead of watching it. But governments and courts will face questions they've never seen before. Can brain data be used as evidence? Do we need laws protecting cognitive privacy? And what happens to relationships when thoughts and even emotions can be shared directly? Picture this, a couple arguing, but instead of shouting, they literally feel each other's emotions. Sounds powerful, but also terrifying. Neuralink could reshape not just industries, but what it means to connect as human beings. So what's next? Neuralink's roadmap includes expanding human trials, refining the implant, and eventually rolling out to the public. Elon Musk claims that in the not-too-distant future, millions of people could be walking around with brain implants. But critics argue Neuralink is over-promising, that the technology isn't ready, and that rushing could lead to dangerous consequences. The company will need to balance innovation with caution, because once you're inside the human brain, mistakes aren't an option. And here's the big question for you. If Neuralink was available tomorrow, would you get the implant? Would you let your mind connect directly to the digital world? The future of brain-computer interfaces is coming, whether we're ready or not. And Neuralink might just be the first step in a journey that changes humanity forever. So as we stand at the edge of this mind-bending future, Neuralink forces us to ask, what does it really mean to be human when our thoughts can be read, shared, or even enhanced? Is this the dawn of a new age of human potential, or the beginning of a dangerous experiment we don't fully understand? One thing's for sure, whether you're excited or terrified, the conversation around Neuralink is only just beginning. So, would you plug your brain into the digital world, or would you stay unplugged and watch from the sidelines? Let us know in the comments, because the future of humanity might just depend on how we answer that question.